Hi guys, and welcome back to Bricks and Brushes and my very first colouring haul for this channel. As you can see, I've been busy splurging, so let me tidy this lot up and then we'll get into some flip throughs. So the first thing I thought I'd show you guys is some supplies. So like I said in previous videos, or my previous video should I say, as this will be the second one on my channel, I've been colouring for a couple of years, so I've built up a really good range of acrylic markers, some alcohol pens, alcohol markers, pencils and a range of watercolours. Previously I've only really used watercolour paints, and I have one really small set of Faber-Castell pastel watercolour pencils, but basically I've been looking at different ways to base pages. I've got more into my detailed pages of late, really been enjoying some mythographic pages, Kerby, Rosanes, and some of those artists that just have a bit more detail to their pages. I went through a phase of like cozy colouring, which lends itself I think more to alcohol markers. I know people do some incredible things with pencil colouring on those pages, and beautiful backgrounds and things, but that's just not for me. So where I've been leaning more towards the detailed pages, I wanted really to expand my watercolour range to help me with basing. I also own a small set of Neo colours, which I really love, but I've seen these Derwent Inktense, I think on Colouring Bumblebee's channel, who I absolutely love her channel, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. But yeah, she inspired me to go out and buy my very first set of Derwent Inktense. So this is the 24 cent set, and I'm so excited to have them. I'm not gonna lie, I have already had a bit of a dabble on a colouring page that you will see in my completed pages, as I just couldn't wait to get into these, and oh my gosh, I love them. I can see why people rave about them and why they get used so much across the colouring world. Yeah, the vibrancy you get from these colours, I think it's really rare to have a watercolour medium that doesn't become diluted when you put on the page. It normally the vibrancy is lost, but with these, they're activated by water and they become more vibrant. So I think these are just going to be a game changer for my colouring. I got the 24 set, they were on quite a good deal on Amazon at the time, so I bit the bullet, but I kind of wish already that I got a bigger set, so I had a greater range of colours. I've looked on Cult Pens and I've seen you can buy open stock, say single pencils, and they've got quite a good range of colours, so I think what I might do is just add a few more colours each month that I'm kind of needing a greater range of. But the beauty about these being watercolours is that you can tone them down, make them brighter, merge colours, blend to get a different range of colours. Apologies if you can hear little feet on the floor. That is my little dog. We have a little pug called Frank in our house, so you might hear him wandering around as I'm filming in the kitchen. But yeah, I'm delighted with these. I can't wait to use them more, and hopefully you will see some of the completed work with these pencils in my completed pages. So that is the Derwent Inktense Pencils 24 set. And then the other pencils I bought were a little 6-pack. So again, you'll see my completed pages. I did a page of a polar bear in a mythographic book, and it had the Northern Lights. Sorry, for a minute I completely forgot what the Northern Lights were. Couldn't find the word, so the Aurora Borealis. And really I was missing having some neon colours to make it really bright and kind of as a bit of a highlight. So I had a bit of a look on Amazon. I've heard of Koh-i-Noor but don't have any of their other pencils, and found this little set, and I think it was £6 at the time, so £1 a pencil, and they are described as Koh-i-Noor highlighter colour set of 6. I'll be honest, when they arrived I was a little bit disappointed, purely just going off the colours on the ends of the pencil. I thought, are these going to be bright and vibrant enough? But oh my goodness, I had a little swatch. Here we go, I had completely the wrong book. But yeah, I did a little kind of swatch on the side of this page at the back of one of my colouring books. And wow, like they are seriously neon. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with these. They lay down really, really nicely as well. So I think they're going to be a great addition to my pencils and nice to have for those kind of pages where you just want to add a little bit of a pop. And I think they're going to be ideal in the first book I'm about to show you in my haul. So I'm going to move the pencils aside and zoom you in a bit to show you the books I collected in this colouring haul. So the first book I wanted to show you is a new Jade Summer cosy book. So I bought 2 new cosy books after telling you that I'm tending to shift more to the detailed pages, but I couldn't resist these ones. So the first one is Jade Summer Cozy Fashion Colouring Book. There is a spoiler because like a child I couldn't wait to colour in this. So I have coloured a page already. But I'll do a quick flip through for you. So you've got so it tells you the description on the prior page. So we've got a belly dancer, a French aristocrat, a Mexican dancer, Brazilian carnival, sorry, Greek goddess, I love that one, 80s dancing gal. Again, I think those neon, this was the book I had in mind if I'm honest, so I think those neon pencils would be fantastic as a little highlight on top. We've got an angel, runaway fashion model, we have got cosmic cutie, fairy tale princess, cyberpunk hacker, a red carpet premiere. Oh, I've lost the plot, haven't I? That's your cyber punk. This is a red carpet premiere. Pirate adventurer. This one I love. Groovy hippie. I think this is going to be one of my next pages. Witch with friend. Female executive. Who doesn't love a powerful female? Butterfly dress. 60 girls dancing. Again, see this with some really bright, vibrant colours. Like that picture on the wall just screams neon, doesn't it? Gothic girl. Steampunk girl. Relaxing beach day. English professor. Lolita waitress. We've got a brave prince. Christmas ice skating. A forest flower fairy. Wedding day. Egyptian queen. Love this one. Enchanted mermaid. Old West cowboy. Cupcake dress. A 20s flapper gal. Again, love that. Indian sari. Autumn stroll. African grace. 50s music day. Again, love that one. I think either that or the 60s one is probably going to be my next page. Spoiler alert, this is the one I did. So this is the Day of the Dead dancer. I love all things like Mexico, Dias de Muertos, the Day of the Dead, and Coco. So I was late to Coco. I watched it a few years back, didn't enjoy it, and then probably in the last kind of 6 months rewatched it again, and it just hit different. And I'm just obsessed. I love it. So this was really Coco inspired. All the beautiful makeup they do, the different patterns and colours, and I used some neon alcohol markers on this one. So absolutely love how this one turned out. Hula dancer and Japanese kimono. Again, I've seen some beautiful coloured versions of this on Instagram and YouTube. and Jade Summer actually did a video on their Instagram account of how they coloured this one. Oh, it was beautiful. So I'm really excited to colour that one. Regency Era Stroll, and that is our last page in this one. What I really like as well is it has a little contents page at the front, so you can tick off as you go. So I've ticked off my Day of the Dead Dancer, and you can keep track of kind of what pages you've coloured, which is really, really nice, I think. And yeah, that is Jade Summer's Cozy Fashion Colouring Book. My other cute and cozy book that I wanted to show you, I've had this in my basket for quite some time. So me and my son have got a real thing about otters. It's like our thing. So yeah, I've got an 8-year-old boy and we both love otters. So I saw this front page and then saw some more pages from the book and thought I just have to get this. So this is Wild Horizons Cute Habitat Colouring Book, and this is by Whirly Art Studios. And I just love that this is, as much as it's habitat, it feels quite seasonal. I'm just going to adjust the light, guys, bear with me. There we go. We are still firmly in winter in the UK, and trying to get your lighting right is an absolute nightmare. But here we go. So yeah, this is Whirly Art Studios, and again, it's got your content page. And what I love, like I said, is that as much as this is a habitat colouring book, I love that it's quite seasonal, really. So you've got your winter pages based on the habitat, you've got your icy habitats, you've got your hot habitats, and everything in between. So I'm quite a seasonal colourist, and I'm really excited to colour in this one. So we've got this lovely page. I'm not going to attempt to tell you the animals because I'll inevitably get it wrong. Yeah, I'll just flip through. I suppose while I'm flipping through, it's a good opportunity to tell you a bit more about myself, really. Washing machine is doing a lovely little song for us. So yeah, my name's Claire. I am just about to enter my 40s, and I absolutely love colouring. I've been doing it for a few years, like I said, and I just find it's a great way to relax. It gets me out of my head, and I just enjoy focusing on something creative. And my collection has built from kind of a few staple colouring books to a lot of colouring books. So like many, I think my journey started with your kind of Joanna Basford's Kerby Rosanes books, and then I discovered the Disney Coloriage Mystère, Hatchet Heroes books, and then I discovered ColourTube and all the beautiful and wonderful colourists on YouTube. And the more I watched, the more I got influenced by the beautiful creations and pages that people were producing, and wanted to colour more. So yeah, it opened my eyes really to the range of artists that are out there, and the range of different types of colouring books and different mediums. So I would say I really extended my range over the last couple of years. Oh, it's just so cute, isn't it? Yeah, I've really extended my range of both books and supplies over the years, and I think I'm in a place where I've got a really good range of pens, pencils, markers, and I'm just kind of learning, or feel like I've learnt now actually what I do and don't like. I went through a bit of a phase of just purchasing everything that I saw on other people's YouTube channels, and then have found I've needed to de-stash some books. So I've really reduced down on the amount of cozy colouring books I buy. She says as flipping through a cozy colouring book. But for me, this isn't just like the bold and easy books. It's got, like, this page has actually got quite a lot of detail to it, and you can do a lot with it. So I'm more inclined towards these type of books. I do have a few handful of bold and easy books for when I'm in that mood. But more and more I'm finding that I get more joy out of creating more detailed pages. So I'm going for more quality over quantity, I suppose, rather than just colouring and pumping pages out to colour a page. I'm being more selective in what I colour and taking my time a bit more with it, really. saying that, I've had an insane month this month. January, New Year, New Year's resolutions. And then, sorry, just going back to the book, it's then got your list of animal habitats at the back. So that, and here are some of the other books they do. I had a look actually as well at some of these Mythical Worlds and Kingdom Life and thought they looked gorgeous. But I'll see how I get on with this one first. Yes, what was I saying? So, yeah, New Year's resolutions. So, New Year's resolutions, one of them, I don't really do resolutions as such. I do kind of things that I want to focus on or things I want to give more time to in the new year. And one of them has been making more space and time to colour. So I have had a crazy month where I've actually got nearly 30 pages done. I'm filming this on the last day of the month, but that is very unusual for me. But I'm delighted, and I have had a great month. And I feel like January in the UK, quite dark, cold, drab, can make you a bit low. But I feel like really focusing on colouring when I've had time indoors has really kind of boosted my mood this month and kept me feeling positive. So yeah, I'm going to push on with that in February, see what I produce. I probably won't get as many pages coloured because I've invested in some more detailed colouring books, as you'll see. But the time given to colouring, I wanted to make sure I continue. So moving on, this is new to me. I imagine it's not new to most people, so I'll do a really quick flip of it. It is Fragile World by Kerby Rosanes. Kerby Rosanes was my second illustrator or artist who I really fell in love with. My first ever colouring book was Joanna Basford's Lost Oceans, but I'll be honest, I never really took to it. I had that for years before I really got properly into colouring. But the book that really got me into my love of colouring was Kerby Rosanes' World of Colours, which I know is like a compilation book. So I haven't bought any other Kerby Rosanes since then because I just adore that book. So I've continued to colour in it. But I have now expanded my collection by 2. I got an absolute steal on Vinted, 2 uncoloured books. So I got Fragile World, and you'll see in a minute Wondermorphia. So yeah, I think I'm going to look to tackle, just checking you're in frame, look to tackle this double page spread in February. But yeah, I'll just do a quick flip through for anyone that's not familiar. But yeah, I know I'm massively late to the party. But again, an otter page. Again, I'm so excited by otters. I'm just really excited to colour in this and get back to colouring some more Kerby pages, this double page spread as well. Oh my, I just love them. And actually I find them really easy to colour. As much as they're insanely detailed and just absolutely stunning, I don't find them overly intimidating because he's kind of done some of the shading work for us. This was actually one of the first pages I ever coloured in World of Colours. This is a page in there, and it's what sparked my love of colouring. So it'll be interesting actually. I might colour that again just to see what I would do differently with it now and see kind of the progression in my colouring. It's another one I did in World of Colours and probably one of my favourite pages I've ever coloured actually. So yeah, I can't wait to get into this book properly and get some more Kerby pages coloured. That is Fragile World. And then moving on, I have got Wondermorphia, again by Kerby Rosanes. I don't know if it's Rosanes or Rosanes, but I'm going with Rosanes. So again, some of these pages I've got in World of Colour. I don't think as many as Fragile Worlds. And there are some kind of doodly pages in this which are less my vibe. That'd be fun for Halloween. But again, I'll flip through this one quite quickly because I imagine most of you are familiar. Oh my goodness. I mean, I say I like detail, but that is a step too far for me. I feel like I'd be colouring that the rest of my life. I love that one. Reminds me of the Mandrake in Harry Potter. Oh, that's quite dark as well. There are a few darker pages in this that aren't really me. Like, I can't see myself ever colouring that page or this one, to be honest. But there's nothing here that I went for it. and the seller was selling both books together on Vinted, so I thought, you know what, why not go a little bit out of my kind of comfort area of colouring. I love this as well, and I might come to some of these kind of darker, more mythical pages. I love that, for example. But yeah, I don't see myself colouring in this one quite as much as Fragile Wells, but there's enough that I would want to colour in it to make it worthwhile, really. And for the price I paid, that was an absolute steal. So that is Wondermorphia by Kerby Rosanes. Apologies if I'm not keeping you in focus as much as I should. I'm just checking where I am. Yeah, still quite new to this, so my setup, I'm getting used to kind of how to get my setup right. The next book I got was, again, quite an old book, but Winter Wonders by Colour Quest. And this colour by number challenge. If you don't want to see the solutions, look away. But I essentially picked this up because it was on offer on Amazon. It was down to £4.74, which is an absolute steal, especially with the price colouring books of late. There's quite a few Christmassy pages in here, so obviously wouldn't really colour them at the moment. And I don't see myself doing Christmas in July. I say I'm going to do it every year and never do. But the wintry pages, we're still firmly in the winter here in the UK, so I can see myself doing some of these ones when I fancy a bit of a break from the pencil, more detailed colouring. And what I like about this is there's a range of shapes to colour. So this one's like your squares or diamonds. But let me see if I can find an example. This one, for example, is a, why can I not think what a six-sided shape is called? Hexagon, no? Yeah, hexagon. And then I think triangles, and then there's ones with circles, I believe. So there's a bit of a range, which is nice from your kind of more traditional square books. Yeah, this one's circles. That is Winter Wonders Colour Quest. And then again, back to kind of more detailed book. This is Garden of Fairy Tale Animals, a curious collection of creatures to colour by Kanuku Agusa. And this is my first Kanuku Agusa book. I saw someone flipping through this book on YouTube and fell in love with, there's a double spread duck page in here, and I'll be honest, if there's one or two pages in a book that I can just see myself doing a lot of colouring in and really having a great time colouring it, that is normally enough for me to want to buy it. But when this arrived, I was just delighted with this book because fortunately it is more than just that page I would want to colour. Again, just checking you're in focus. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of double page spreads in here, as you can see. Actually, they might all be double. Are they all double? Oh, it looks like it. My dog is now snoring as well, so apologies if you can hear weird snoring, grunting. Oh no, so this isn't a double page spread, is it? So there are some single pages, and there's a lovely Easter page there. Again, I won't spend too long on this because I know a lot of you have been familiar with Kanuku Agusa's work for some time. Oh, I love this one, the little corgis. Some beautiful Christmas pages. Yeah, a few wallpapery pages that aren't really my cup of tea, but oh, that's gorgeous. But I do enjoy colouring flowers and woodlandy scenes, so yeah, some of these are just absolutely beautiful. There is a lot in here that I would colour, a lot more to colour than I wouldn't colour. That didn't come out well, did it? But you know what I mean. A lot more I would colour than I wouldn't. That's what I was looking for. I love this. So cute. That might be a good start, actually. Although it's quite summery, isn't it? But that's a beautiful page. I love this one as well. Again, a bit wallpapery, but I love it. It's gorgeous. I'm a sucker for a tree. yeah, would never colour that. Possibly that one. I'm trying to find the page that made me fall in love with this book. Oh, that's so cute. It is this page. Now this is just heaven to me on a colouring page. I just think it's beautiful. It's very spring as well, isn't it? Something about ducklings and spring and new life that just makes you want to colour. So I think what I might do is, because that's a lot, isn't it, those 2 pages, I might aim to base it in February and then finish colouring it throughout March when we're heading more into spring. But I'll see how I get on. I'm definitely intending on doing some work on this over the next month. This is beautiful as well. Again, that kind of page, not really me. But the rest of it is just stunning. And I like they've got a few colour pages at the front as some kind of ideas of colour palettes and how you colour it. I tend to be a bit more muted in my colouring, but I like the bright colours here. It's very summery, isn't it? So that is Garden of Fairy Tale Animals, a curious collection of creature colour by Kaneko Gisa. And then this one was just something that jumped out at me, to be honest, on Amazon. So I've got a bit of an obsession with The Wizard of Oz. Have done since I was kind of a child, really. Fun fact, I played Dorothy in my 20s in a local theatre production of The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, and that is like one of my fondest memories. So this has serious nostalgia for me, and it's like a story version of the book. So each illustration reflects the text on the left side of the book. So yeah, it goes through the story. So obviously towards back is more towards the end of the story. But there are just some gorgeous pages in here. I don't think there's much in here that I wouldn't want to colour. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go through it by following the story, so front to back. I do think the Scarecrow looks a bit creepy there, but I'm sure I can make him less creepy. It is incredibly detailed as well. But I like that it's essentially single-sided, although you will, obviously, if you use things like alcohol markers, it will bleed through onto this text. But I'm not quite sure yet what mediums I will use. I mean, this page is insanely detailed, isn't it? So there are going to be some work to get these done. But I just love them. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. I really like the story element of it. Ivy and the Inky Butterfly is one of my focus books for this year. I'm trying to do a page a month in it, and following that kind of from front to back, following through the story. So yeah, I might do similar with this, or I might just pick out pages that I want to colour, to be honest, first. I love this one. That screams to me just all that's magical and beautiful about The Wizard of Oz. I mean, the Emerald City having some really bright, vibrant greens, the yellow brick road, the characters, it's screaming out to be coloured, isn't it? Yeah, so if you haven't seen this one, I think it cost me around the £10 mark, and I bought it on Amazon UK, but I know I've seen a few people since I found it showing it in hauls that they picked up in kind of local bookshops and things. So if anyone wants a link, do let me know if you can't find it. But yeah, I'm super excited to colour in this one. Oh, that's gorgeous. So pretty, isn't it? Again, oh, that page. I think I'm going to have to do a bit of work on how to colour crystals before I venture into this book, though. I've never been particularly good at crystals. I don't really know how to approach colouring them, as I'm finding in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. So I did the title page for Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, and my gems are questionable at best, but I had a great time colouring it, so that's all that really matters. Yeah, so heading towards the beginning of the story now, where Dorothy lands in Oz. That's gorgeous. And there's a tornado scene actually, this one, that I love as well. So I don't know, I'm not quite sure on how I'm going to approach this just yet, but you will find out if you watch my completed pages next month. I'm sure there will be a page in this beautiful colouring book, The Wicked Witch of Oz colouring book, and the publisher is Mom Books. Never heard of them, but they have made a beautiful book. And in terms of paper quality, I would say it's kind of cardstock, maybe slightly thinner cardstock, but I imagine from the kind of density of it that it will take water mediums quite well. But obviously, yeah, if you're using alcohol markers, I would definitely be putting something to catch the bleed through there, and obviously be conscious that it will go through to your page that has the story. So that is that one. And then lastly, if you're still with me, and thank you so much for hanging on. Again, I won't go through this one in too much detail, but this is the beautiful hardback book Fairy Tale Worlds by Maria Trolle. I have one other Maria Trolle book, which is Shooting Stars, and that was my first book that made me kind of fall in love with her style of illustration and colouring. And yeah, I'm just obsessed with this. I avoided buying this for a while, if I'm honest, just because I have a lot of books that have got fairy tale images in them, and a lot of books like that haven't had enough love really. So I told myself I didn't need this book, and then decided I'm lying to myself, I do. And I'm actually really pleased I bought it, because I hadn't really watched too many flip throughs, but what I really love about it is it's got the list of fairy tales at the back, and as you will probably see, there are a huge amount of fairy tales that just aren't known to me at all. They're, a lot of them are actually Hans Christian Andersen, but things like the Tinderbox, the Wishes, the Steadfast Tin Soldier, the Nightingale, the Moon Maiden. There's so many kind of like folklores or national kind of fairy tales that are kind of relevant to specific countries. Like there's some Japanese ones in here, some Swedish folklore that I just wouldn't know. So it's got a really nice range of the familiar and then the kind of unknown for me. So yeah, this is one of the books, the more I look, the more I see, and the more I want to colour. So I'll give you a really quick flip through, because I'm sure you've probably seen lots of flip throughs out there, but there are just gorgeous images. And again, I can't wait to get colouring in this one. What I love with Maria Trolle is there's your pages that are like the full pages that are really the more detailed ones. And then you've got pages where the image is not too daunting at all, like this one for example. That really wouldn't take too long to colour. So depending on what mood you're in, there is a real variety of the kind of more detailed or less detailed pages. And in terms of like backgrounds, it's really up to you what you do, whether you want to add something beautiful and elaborate, or whether you just want to focus on the image itself and not have too much of a background or no background at all. So like this one, I'm not sure I would really add a background to it, because I don't think it necessarily calls for it. Maybe a bit of white or a light pale blue behind some of the trees, but it would be very minimal. Whereas other pages, I think like this one, I'd probably look to do some kind of like sunset or sunrise. Yeah, so I just like there's a lot you can do with these pages. These two are so beautiful. Again, I'm not sure what I will colour first in here, because I want to colour it all. I honestly don't think there's a page that I don't like in this book, so I'm so pleased that I finally bit the bullet and got this one, because I love every single page. Oh, this one, so beautiful. Oh, I lie. Pages I might not colour. I mean, just because I wouldn't want to leave a couple of pages not coloured in, but I'm not so sure about these 2 pages. They look a bit freaky, don't they? Why has the dog got bloodshot eyes? I'm sure if I found out about the fairy tale this relates to, I would understand, but that's a bit creepy. But I think that's the only page that's really been a page that I thought, not sure I would focus on that. Maybe it could be a good page for testing some mediums. But everything else I'm just obsessed with. So yeah, I'm really excited to get colouring in this one. And that is Fairy Tale Worlds by Maria Trale. Or Maria Trale? Not sure. If you have made it this far, guys, thank you so much for watching. And this is my haul for January. A very big haul for me. I tend to at most buy 1 or 2 books a month. However, I had been prior to Christmas trying to really restrain myself, and all I had bought was a couple of the new Disney Coloriage Mystère books. So yeah, there's nothing particularly on my agenda for February that I want to buy. I think I want to focus on colouring in some of these books and giving them some love, and colouring in my existing collection. Saying that, watch this space. You never know what mood I'm in. I think there are some upcoming Hatchet Heroes books that definitely float my boat. I'm desperately, like everyone, waiting for that poster book to come back in stock. So if that comes back in stock in February, then I'm probably purchasing that. But other than that, I think this is my haul for a little while. And my next video coming up will be my completed pages for January. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. And if you have got this far, please do like and subscribe. I'm a new channel and trying to build up my following. Yeah, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. Take care.